If you have a fever, go and take the paracetamol. If you have acidity, go and have a pouch of Eno or Pudin. Or if you have a headache, then go and have a Ceridon. This is what we call on the counter medicine or the emergency medicines, but this is not sufficient. Emergency medicines are beyond all these things. And why I'm talking all these about? Because the special guest today sitting in front of me and in front of you all is a qualified medical doctor who is very much keen into emergency medicine, making patients or in general public aware about what are emergency medicines and why they are required so much. The awareness about the emergency medicine, it is so much required by everybody so that many lives can be saved. My name is Alok Joshi, the student of public speaking and human behavior. And I welcome you all to this brand new show, Alok Joshi Talk to Rock. And I also welcome my special guest today, Dr. Rajeshwari Rapata. Dr. Rajeshwari is keen into emergency medicine and she also has many other projects running. So why not to listen to it from all Dr. Rajeshwari. Dr. Rajeshwari, I welcome you to this show, Alok Joshi Talk to Rock.
Hello, Alokji. I'm really honored and delighted to be in this show. Yeah, so shall I continue with
Because I also want to know more about your journey, and my audience will also wanting to know how did you start your journey and for taking it further ahead.
Yeah.
Please.
So I am basically a senior homeopathic consultant, and I have been into the teaching profession since last 23 years. And I'm practicing clinical homeopathic medicine since last 23 years. I'm a DHMS and I have done MBA Hospital and Healthcare Administration, and along with that, I have done MD Alternative Medicine. While I was training in hospitals and many other organizations, this several projects are there, several training modules are there, in the hospitals. Basically, I used to teach the hospital infection control. And along with that, we also used to conduct the emergency medical conditions, train about the emergency medical conditions and about the basic life support. And some other specialists were also there who used to conduct the advanced cardiac life support trainings also.
Right.
So while I was doing all this in the hospitals, because I am from the homeopathy faculty and specialty, so I felt the need of introducing the homeopathic medicines, which work very wonderfully to treat many of the medical conditions, which in emergency.
Right.
So basically, I combined this cardiopulmonary resuscitation and the emergency medical conditions, which usually it is treated in the hospitals at advanced level. But these medicines, homeopathic medicines, can be given at home too, and they can be kept in the first aid kit, so that the people won't run to the kirana store or to the pharmacy. Sometimes people go, they don't know what to do, and then they go to the OTC and they will just pharmacy, and they will just take whatever medicines they give, the pharmacist give. And when the doctors are not accessible, or when the hospital is not nearby, so these are the things they usually do, and they get panicky, they get scared, and they are just wondering what to do and how to save the person.
Right.
So when they are trained about what are the different emergency medical conditions and what the things should be done to save the person, what is the first aid, basically first aid things. Around the war, Second World War, there was a revolution, and this first aid was introduced.
Right.
And the Red Cross was functioning so efficiently that each and every person during that time, every person had that Red Cross certificate.
Yes.
And many people, they were aware of what is first aid and how the people can be saved. But after this, almost it's around 100 years gap that people almost have forgotten about all these things, and people are not aware what is first aid, what is medical emergency conditions, and how a person can be saved. At least at the home level, as a first responder, how they can save the patient person.
Right.
So this is a very important for every person to know about the emergency medical condition. In foreign countries, even a small child who is studying in the school, okay,
Right.
around in the fifth or sixth standards, they know how to do the cardiopulmonary resuscitation. How many in India know about cardiopulmonary resuscitation? Even this
Yeah.
word CPR, many people
Yes.
don't know what is CPR. So it is very necessary that everybody should know this. Even a small boy who's at
Yeah.
home, something happens to the grandmother, grandfather, or the parents. Nowadays, 35 and 40 years people, they are getting the heart attacks. You know,
Absolutely. Even
so
21 years, doctor.
even 21,
21
even
years
20,
old.
yeah. So sedentary lifestyle, they don't know, and they are really means IT professionals and many
Yeah.
office goers. They sit in the workplace almost 12 hours,
12 hours.
and because of this, there are these all kind of diseases. So basically, managing the lifestyle, that is another project, and this introducing about the awareness of the emergency medical conditions and the first aid and the role of homeopathy, how homeopathy medicines work for these conditions and
Right.
how they can be kept in the first aid, and the role of CPR, how to do the CPR. All these things
Great.
I teach in this project.
Great.
So
Great.
I have named the project as Ghar Ghar Homeopathy.
Gar Gar homeopathy. Very good. Nice, nice. There was one query, doctor. Like we see that allopathic medicines, they work immediately. You
Yeah.
give it, and within 5, 10 minutes, or even half an hour, they work. But there is some confusion in people's mind that we take allopathic medicines, they work immediately. But do these homeopathic medicines also they work at a rapid pace?
Of course, they work very, very fast, just like the allopathic medicines they work. Why
Okay.
people have this misunderstanding is, I will tell you, many people, they take medicines from various other faculties. They don't keep one doctor. They keep on changing the doctors. And
Right.
because they don't have patience, that is why the name patient has come, you
Sure.
know. They don't have patience, so they go from one doctor to another, one doctor to another, and ultimately they have taken a combination of so many medicines, and after some years that becomes a chronic disease. So when the person is suffering from the disease for more than 12 months and it's coming in acute stages again and again, that becomes a chronic disease. In Marathi, they call as Juna Azar. Okay,
Yes,
so
absolutely.
that becomes a Juna Azar, and at that time, when they come to the homeopathy, then they are given the medicines, and these medicines, when they are already suffering from 15 to 20 years from that disease, and they come to homeopathy, they can't expect that it will get very fast. They will get the effect because in homeopathy, we treat the patient as a whole.
Whole. Yeah.
Yes. So we take all the how the disease started, right from the root cause of the disease to his mental conditions. Is each and every symptom we pay equal attention, and that is very important for us to derive all the symptoms of the patient.
Right.
So we
Absolutely.
do all the investigations. We take a detailed case history, and then we prescribe the medicines on the basis of all this totality of symptoms, and
So,
then it works gradually. It doesn't suddenly, it doesn't push the person, no. So it works gradually. So that is why the patients, they don't have patience. They say that these medicines work slowly. So it's not the case. We have treated so many cases of fever. Now fever, it's not necessary to take crocin at that time. When we
yes.
get all the symptoms, that we can give the medicine. So in acute cases also, it works very wonder. For
Works well.
example, I will tell you, if a person has gone to a party, okay, takes a lot of drinks, okay, rich food, all the different biryani and all that,
Yeah.
and comes home, okay, and gets a sensation of bloating and acidity and all that, okay, you take the dose of Nux vomica in the evening, okay, and morning he'll feel a lot of relief.
Great.
Yes. So there are so many medicines which work very fast. So it's a misunderstanding that people have, that it doesn't act fast.
And I'm fond of Nux vomica. I always have Nux vomica with me.
Okay.
And I do have the symptoms like I had IBS earlier, but it's
Mhm.
not that severe. But in between it comes. So I
Yeah.
have Nux vomica and Macphos
Yes,
along
great.
with me every time. So that's how it happens. Means homeopathic medicines, they are also equally effective when we consider it together with the allopathic medicine also. It's nice to hear that, doctor. And you also told about your other projects, Evan, like Vihasa project, and you are going for the projects for the pregnant women so that they give birth to a healthy child with a good rituals, with a good mindset also. What are these projects about?
Yeah, so this project is actually it's a team project introduced by Dr. Neil, and it's from the BKIVE BKs. And this project is about the Divine Mother Baby. It's called as DMB and Garbha Sanskar.
Right.
Why Divine Mother Baby? Because the mother is considered as divine, and hence the baby is also who conceived by the mother, she that baby becomes divine too.
Yeah.
And when something is considered divine, we expect so many values, so
Yes.
what we do is we try to design the baby divine in a divine way.
Right.
So we consider the lifestyle of the mother, we consider the environment where the mother is, so that needs to be the relatives, the parents, the in-laws, everybody who is along with her, so that we take the counseling of the mothers who are pregnant. And also with that, we tell them about all the values which they have to follow in their life during that time when she is conceiving and when she is delivering the baby, till the delivery of the baby. And after the delivery of the baby also, she is given certain rules and rituals where she has to follow. And in this way, we design the baby so that more of Mother Teresa's, more of Gandhiji's, more of Vivekananda's are born in India. So that is the concept behind this Divine Mother Baby.
Right. And we want these people. We
Yeah,
want more of these people now
yeah.
so that they can
That,
guide the whole world
yes. So
towards
we are,
compassion, empathy, and yeah.
yeah. So that is the concept here. We have in our scriptures about Abhimanyu. You know about the story of Abhimanyu. When
Yes.
Abhimanyu
Yes.
was born, he was listening to the story of how to come out of that chakra.
Chakravyu. Yeah.
Chakravyuh. So out of the Chakravyuh, how he has to come out. So till entering the Chakravyuh, he heard everything, and after that, abruptly, his father has to stop telling him about that, and then he had to go away. And what happened was he learned half of it, and when he really went to the Chakravyuh, he was not able to come out of that. So beautifully, it was explained that how much importance is of the baby who is listening to everything. He is getting all the vibrations of his mother, where whatever mother is facing. So the eating habits, about the diet of the mother, about the lifestyle of the mother, of the values she has to follow when she is pregnant and when the baby is growing. At a certain age, he is getting influenced by the environment of home, of the society. So these things we teach the mother and their relatives. So before conceiving, after conceiving, until certain age the baby is developing, we explain them everything about that.
It's great to know, doctor, that you are designing the divine babies. Thank you. Thank you for that effort. Now, having a medical degree, then being involved in all those things, what are your future plans? To how would you like to take it ahead? If you see 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, what are you planning to take it ahead? How and which way?
So basically, whatever I'm continuing, I intend to continue it. The I am going to get relieved from whatever job I am. I'm trying to enter into a retirement phase from
Okay.
that job, and I want to be in a relaxed state so that I can carry on this work, of treating people and by homeopathy, and to do these trainings and all. So to totally dedicate my life in further future to the
Right.
people and do all these activities.
Great, great to know that you are. you will be getting engaged in full time as a service to all your projects.
Yeah.
Great to know that. One last thing, we heard that you are a very good singer also, and you sing very
Bathroom
well.
singer.
So can we have just the glimpse of that? Any of your favorite songs?
ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी है, इन मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है.
Great. It was a song as well as a big message also. So, thank you very much, Doctor, for coming on my show and giving so much of insights about your project. Along with the project, this is like educating also to the audience about the emergency medicine, about the pregnant women and their families also, how to take care of them and how to take care of their child, the future child, so that they have the better future of this child as such. And thank you very much for coming on this show. And I hope your project gets bigger and bigger. And at any point of time, if you think I'm of any use, please let me know for that.
Thank you so much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the special guest today is Dr. Rajeshwari Rapata. And with all her projects, we hope that many more lives will be touched and people will have a new life. Many lives will be saved with her projects. And next time we'll be having one more such wonderful guest who will be amazing us with their projects, with their personalities. My name is Alok Joshi. Watching you smiling over there. We'll meet again with the same smile. Thank you very much.
Namaste.